there's something different in the air. A sense of movement, intense behind-the-scenes activity, and important decisions being made far from the media's spotlight. And anyone who follows Newcastle United closely knows, when everything seems calm on the surface, it's because things are heating up behind the scenes. At St. James Park, the feeling is that big changes are being carefully stitched together. The silence from the board, Eddie Howe's few words, and the subtle signs leaking from the club all suggest that something is brewing. Something that could surprise both fans and rivals. And that's exactly why this video is so important. If you like to understand what's going on behind the scenes at Newcastle before the headlines hit the press, then you're in the right place. Here, information comes straight from reliable sources, with proper context, responsibility, and a passion for every step the club takes. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join us. Your subscription not only strengthens the channel, but ensures you'll never miss the hottest updates about our beloved club. The transfer window is in full swing, but it's not always the big names or flashy announcements that matter most. Sometimes, the key to success lies in the finer details, the long-term planning and quiet backroom maneuvers that go unnoticed by the mainstream media. And what's happening now is all about that: strategy, patience, and, above all, smart market decisions. Newcastle's board has been calm yet firm, and their next move could be decisive, not only to reinforce the squad but to strike back at a direct rival. Yes, Magpies. Bryan Mbeumo's name has been circling around St. James Park for weeks. A quick, technically gifted forward who's already proven himself in the Premier League. Newcastle did indeed try to make the deal happen. Eddie Howe saw Mbeumo as a key part of the club's new attacking phase, but what looked promising quickly ran into roadblocks. Brentford, as expected, placed a high value on the player. The asking price was steep, and Mbeumo's wage demands were seen as excessive by Newcastle's board. To make things worse, the player himself expressed a preference for Manchester United, and so, the story seemed over. But what few people knew, and what you're about to find out, is that this story is far from finished. Because while Manchester United have yet to finalize Mbeumo's signing, Newcastle may have just found a way to turn the tables. A bold, quiet move that could completely reshape the market. According to Sky Sports, the Magpies now have a chance to play a card that, besides strengthening the squad, could seriously disrupt Manchester United's plans, and it all revolves around a new name: Yoane Wissa, the 28-year-old forward, also from Brentford, has caught Newcastle's attention as a strong option for their attacking line. Physically solid, versatile, and dangerous in the box, Wissa is seen as someone who can deliver immediate results. And here's the key: Brentford don't plan on letting both Mbeumo and Wissa leave in the same window. That means if Mbeumo goes to Manchester United, Wissa will likely stay. But if Newcastle act fast and secure, Wissa United could be left empty-handed. If executed correctly, this move could mean much more than just a tactical signing. It would be a direct response to the failed Mbeumo pursuit, a strategic play to strengthen the squad while weakening a direct Premier League rival. And let's be honest, getting one over Manchester United wouldn't be too bad, would it? But for that to happen, Newcastle need to act swiftly and decisively. Time is ticking, and the transfer market is wide awake. This is where things get even more interesting. Because according to the same Sky Sports report, Manchester United are now accelerating talks to secure Mbeumo. They know Brentford won't sell both of their top forwards. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur, another Premier League heavyweight, have also entered the race for Wissa. Spurs viewed the player as a perfect fit for Thomas Frank's new project. The recently appointed manager knows Wissa well from his Brentford days, which means that if Newcastle want to win this race, they'll have to be faster, smarter, and more strategic than ever. And hey, if you're enjoying this kind of insider content, the kind you won't find anywhere else, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Your support is what keeps this channel going. It's a project built on responsibility, dedication, and, of course, pure passion for Newcastle United. We go beyond the headlines to show you the real stories, the players being scouted, the deals being discussed, and the behind-the-scenes action that truly matters. All in a language that speaks directly to the heart of every fan. Back to the situation, Wissa's potential arrival wouldn't just solve a tactical issue, it would also show Newcastle's broader market vision. Behind the scenes, the club is already working on multiple scenarios. Should Wissa fall through, other options are being considered. Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Ollie Watkins have both been discussed internally as potential targets, though both would require more complex negotiations. Watkins is a key player for Aston Villa and would command a high fee, while Calvert-Lewin, despite his talent, has an injury record that concerns some within Howe's team. But right now, timing is everything. Newcastle have shown agility in past windows. The signings of players like Isak and Tonali are proof of that. And now, more than ever, it's time to replicate that boldness. Brentford know Wissa's value to any Premier League side. That's why they won't make things easy. But Newcastle have a few tricks up their sleeve. One of them is the fact that they've already stepped away from the Mbeumo talks, something that might give them more leverage in negotiations for Wissa. There's more. Sources close to the club claim that Eddie Howe is personally involved in the discussions, The manager, known for his strategic and detail-oriented approach, believes Wissa would fit perfectly into the attacking system he's been fine-tuning since last season. With his pace, physicality, and finishing ability, Wissa could be the ideal addition, capable of raising the squad's level without upsetting the club's financial balance. It's also worth noting that beyond Wissa, Newcastle are monitoring other transfer opportunities. The board aims to strengthen not only the attack but also the midfield and right-back positions. But among all those priorities, the attacking role remains at the top, especially after the Mbeumo situation cooled off. The chance to disrupt United's plans, bring in a quality signing, and assert Newcastle's strength in the market could be the cherry on top of this transfer window. And if you've made it this far, it's clear you truly care about every move Newcastle United makes. So once again, I invite you to subscribe, turn on notifications, and stick with us throughout this rollercoaster transfer window. Your presence here makes all the difference. Together, we'll follow every twist and turn as our club pushes towards the top of the Premier League. This video's source is Sky Sports, one of the most trustworthy and up-to-date outlets in European football. Talks are ongoing, and major updates could come at any moment. So stay tuned. Tune Army, because what's at stake here isn't just a transfer, it's the future of Newcastle United. And we'll be with you every step of the way, right up to the final whistle.